Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Red Bank Public Library and our program called Family Story Times on Race and Diversity. I'm Sierra Williams, I'm the children's librarian here, and I'm really glad you're joining me today because, believe it or not, we are coming up on our 4-year anniversary of this program. I just can't believe it. I started this program during the pandemic at a time when there was a lot of racial unrest in our country. It was right after George Floyd was killed. And I did it as a way for me to use my voice and help families like yours have your own conversations, ongoing conversations with each other about race, but not just race, about all the big important issues that happen in the world. Because I think it's so important that our kids get their frame of reference, their understanding of the world around them from their families, from people who make them feel safe and secure and valued, as opposed to online and through social media. Because we know that that can take them into a million different directions that we are clueless about and can expose them to things that we may not agree with or want them to be. And so it's through these conversations that you can share your experiences with each other. You can share your thoughts and your feelings and your ideas and your questions and help each other. And it's through those conversations that we can impart on our children our values, how we want them to move in the world, how we want them to treat other people. And I think it's really important. And the importance of these conversations has not diminished one single bit since we started this program. Because whether we like it or not, kids these days, on top of their everyday experiences and stresses and life in 2024, they are just living through a time where there are non-stop global things that are major that are happening in the world. And so they need help to process it all and to put it into perspective, and they need help from their families. And because life these days can be really, really overwhelming. So I want to show you what I mean. I love demonstrations, and this is a good one. I saw it online. So I want you to imagine that this little cup is us. It's you. It's me. And this represents all the things that we have to deal with in our day-to-day lives. It's school. It's work. It's friends and family drama. It's problems out in the world, environmental issues, racial tensions, it's bullying, it's politics, it's everything that stresses us out and worries us, and it can be overwhelming if we try to hold it all in and we don't find ways to let it out. And what happens is it makes a mess, and our life gets messy. And our life gets messy because we're overwhelmed. And that can lead us to fights. It can lead us to feelings of anger and fear and frustration and just tension and stress. And it's hard to handle. And so we need to find ways to let this out, right? So that we can handle it. And one really important way is to talk to each other and help each other to process these issues, these feelings, and find ways to alleviate them. And so talking is one way that we can empty our cup. There are other ways that we're going to talk about after our story, but reading books is a great way to start some of these conversations. And the book we're going to read today is called What Do You Do with a Problem? What do you do with a problem? It's written by Kobi Yamada and illustrated by May Bessam. And these illustrations are really cool. Excuse me. So I want you to keep your eye on them and see what happens to this kid who's trying to deal with the problem as we go through this story. Okay? Make sure you can see. I don't know how it happened, but one day I had a problem. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I really didn't like having a problem, but it was there. Why is it here? What does it want? What do you do with a problem, I thought. I wanted to make it go away. I shooed it. I scowled at it. Oh, I tried ignoring it, but nothing worked. I started to worry about my problem. What if it swallows me up? What if my problem sneaks up and gets me? What if it takes all of my things? I worried a lot. I worried about what would happen. I worried about what could happen. I worried about this and I worried about that. And the more I worried, the bigger my problem became. I wished it would just disappear. I tried everything I could to hide from it. I even found ways to disguise myself, but it still found me. And the more I avoided my problem, the more I saw it everywhere. I thought about it all the time. It didn't feel good at all. I couldn't take it anymore. This has to stop, I declared. Maybe I was making my problem bigger and scarier than it actually was. After all, my problem hadn't really swallowed me up or attacked me. I realized I had to face it. So even though I didn't want to, even though I was really afraid, I got ready and I tackled my problem. When I got face to face with it, I discovered something. My problem wasn't what I thought it was. I discovered it had something beautiful inside. My problem held an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to learn and to grow, to be brave, to do something. It showed me that it was important to look closely because some opportunities come only once. So now I see problems differently. I'm not afraid of them anymore because I know their secret. Every problem has an opportunity for something good. You just have to look for it. the end. I really like this book because it reminds us that a lot of times when we worry and we're stressed out, our imagination gets the best of us. And it takes us to places that we don't even need to go because we get full of what ifs. What if? Let's see, in the book, he said, I started to worry about my problem. What if it swallows me up? What if my problem sneaks up and gets me? What if it takes away all my things? What if this or that happens? What if mom and dad find out about something? What if something happens and I can't handle it? What if this? What if that? You're going into places that might never, ever, ever happen. And so what if you turn that mindset around and look for opportunities to change something, to do something, to make something happen? And you have to be brave. Sometimes you have to be brave, but you can do it, especially if you ask others for help and advice. You can make it happen. So what if you are having trouble at school with a subject and you're afraid to speak up because you don't want to look dumb? You're afraid to tell your mom and dad because you don't want to get in trouble for a bad grade, and you're just starting to worry. And those what ifs are coming. What if you take the opportunity to talk to your teacher after class and ask for help, or ask for help from a student that you trust that can help you, or be brave and tell your mom and dad that you need some help, and you could turn that situation around. Here's another example. What if it's really upsetting you that you've seen a new kid being bullied at school and nobody's doing anything about it? Can you find the opportunity and find it in yourself to be brave and to stand up and speak up and defend that kid? Oh, if you can do that, you will be a hero to that kid. You will make a new friend, I guarantee it. And you'll be such a great example to other students who see you do that, and that makes you a leader. Here's another example. What if you see litter every day on your way to school, in the street, on the sidewalk, in the bushes, and you think it is horrible and disgusting, which it is, and again, no one's doing anything about it, and it stresses you out? Can you find an opportunity to get a group of kids together and do a community cleanup and beautify your community? Again, what a difference you'll make, and what an example you will set to others in your neighborhood. You can do it. And so there are definitely ways to turn things around. I'm sure there's a million other things that you're worried about and stressed out about, and I don't know what they are. That's why you're supposed to have these conversations with each other in your home, because you can help each other. I want you to have that conversation today, but not just today. Again, we need to make these conversations ongoing, because there's always things that fill up our cup, whether we're adults or kids. If you're a grown-up, your cup might be this big, and there's still things that can fill your cup and worry you and stress you out that you need help to drain your cup, right? And so let's talk about some of the other ways that we can empty our cup. So talking it out is definitely a good one. And we need to do that in a safe space where we feel comfortable and with people that love us and can help us. But what else can we do? I want to encourage you to find some quiet time. Find some quiet time, either all by yourself or with your family, where you turn off your devices, turn off your phone, turn off your computer or set it aside, turn off the TV, and maybe go outside and connect with nature. We're so lucky where we live that we live minutes away from the beach or the river or the woods, beautiful woods to take a walk in. There's so many parks around here. Find a way to connect with nature. And when I say connect, I mean when you go to the beach, dig your fingers in that sand. Let it sift through your fingers. When you go to the park, take a deep breath and smell the flowers. When you take a walk in the woods, maybe hug a tree. Hug a tree and get close to nature. And even if you're in your own yard, you can take off your shoes and socks and stick your feet in the grass and wiggle your toes around. Connecting with nature is a wonderful way to recenter yourself and get away from all these stressors and remind us that we are all part of this big, beautiful world. Another thing that you can do is find quiet time in your house. Just put on some quiet music and maybe color or draw, make art, write in a journal, or read a book. Read a book. And definitely don't forget to breathe. Breathing, some slow, deep breaths is one way, again, to let go of some of that stress and recenter yourself. And I think we did this in another program, but I'll share with you my roller coaster breathing that will help you get some deep breaths in. And it's actually a slow motion roller coaster, but you take your hand and you pretend like you're going up, 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 up. And as you do, you're taking a deep breath and breathe out as you come down. Up, down, in, out, up, out, in, out. And when you're done, you've taken 5 big, deep breaths that will calm your spirit. And so these are other ways that you can help to drain your cup when you get overwhelmed and life is getting messy. But I want to tell you one more thing, that you can fill your cup up with positivity. It doesn't all have to be stress and anxiety and negative things that fill your cup. Fill your cup up with gratitude. Gratitude is thankfulness for all your things that make you happy. Go back to your list from Thanksgiving and fill your cup up with thankfulness for all those things. Fill your cup up with the love of your family. Fill it up with the joy of your friendships. Fill it up with the fun of doing fun things, of learning new things, of doing everything that you love. Fill your cup up with hope. Hope for the future and hope for peace. Peace in our communities, peace in this world. And if you fill your cup up with all that positivity and it overflows with all that good stuff, then take it and pass it on. Pass it on to every single person that you meet. And so, as always, here's my peace and love from me to you. You take some and pass it on, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day, everybody, and take good care. Bye-bye.